Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining in. This is 52nd in the series where we're going to speak about a topic which is known as synthetics. How, using an option contract, we can create various synthetics in a system. From this side, I'm Rahul Magan, working as a corporate treasurer in EXL Services in India. At the same time, I'm working as a treasury trainer and business consultant in various firms across the board, predominantly in India and Singapore, and also acting as a virtual treasurer in India. You're most welcome to join my Foreign Exchange Academy, which is known as Foreign Exchange Basic Thinkers. It is on LinkedIn, it is on YouTube, it is on Dailymotion and Facebook. LinkedIn covered 2,200 global members. YouTube covers 50 technical videos, 1,400 views and 45 subscribers. Dailymotion networking covers 35 technical videos, and Facebook covers Foreign Exchange Basic Thinkers. You're most welcome to contact me at 9899242978, and also welcome to email me at rahulmagan8@gmail.com. Again, I would like to stress the fact that today we're going to speak about a critical topic in the world of option, which is known as synthetics. In the last few years, the world has saw an emergence of options, not in India, elsewhere. India corporate treasurers are still continue to use the plain vanilla instrument, which is known as forward contract. There is hardly anything except the Indian oil companies or few importers and exporters who are running their treasury as a profit center. Majority of the companies are running their treasury as a cost center, and so they are taking a contract which is known as a forward contract. On the other hand, the companies who are running their treasuries as a profit center, not to mention the name, they are taking a huge amount of an option contract. In fact, there are companies in India who are taking freestanding hedges which are not against exposure. These freestanding hedges to be taken in the books, and we have a company in India who have a roughly $1.5 billion of a freestanding hedging in the book. And synthetics play a very important role when you are taking an option contract, because synthetics allow you to hedge yourself or to create a position which you do not have, or basically it is nothing but create an underlying which you do not have now. So in this video we are going to cover about the three types of synthetics. This is the part 1 of synthetics. The part 2 of synthetics would cover the further 3 types of synthetics. In option contracts we can have a million types of synthetics, but on a simplistic note, synthetics can be divided into 6 parts. Now, the first type of synthetic would be synthetic long stock. What do you mean by synthetic long stock? This is the long call plus short put. I am going to cover one by one very carefully. The second would be known as synthetic short stock, which is known as short call plus long put. Third is known as synthetic long call, long stock plus long put. Why this is referred to as synthetic? Synthetic means an instrument which would help you to have an underlying, however, without owing this. So you can create an underlying without owing that. So we'll go one by one. Number 1, synthetic long stock. If you have a long call, so synthetic, if you have a long call, it means you are paying the premium. If you have a short put, it means you are receiving the premium. The basic premise of synthetic is that, number 1 premise, expiration dates to be same. Number 2, strike rate to be same. Number 3, it would be zero cost collar. Zero cost collar, in that sense, I can refer to as that wall of call is equals to wall of put. Wall means volatility. To be precisely speaking, implied volatility of call should be equals to implied volatility of put. So if you are creating that synthetic, which is synthetic long stock, here you are paying, because long call refers to you have a right to buy. Short put refers to you don't have a right to sell, however somebody would have a right to sell to you, for that he had paid a premium, henceforth you receive the same. Why this is known as synthetic? Because using all these 3 assumptions in the market, here you are paying, here you are receiving, the net would be zero cost. So net would be 0. This is synthetic stock. You have a short call, here you are receiving, here you have a long put. Long put can also refers to as a buy put contract. So this buy put would have minus net. Again I am assuming this is zero cost. So I would treat it as 0. Third, synthetic long call. How you can create? You would have an underlying. You have the shares. So this is your underlying. Here you are long, and here you have a long put. This is the debit which you have to pay. So this is may not be zero cost. So I will go one by one. Here suppose the value of long call is 80. Both are 80, right? So this is 80, this is 80, and this. So this is nothing but a synthetic, nothing but a participatory kind of forward contract. Or we can also assume that it may or might not mandatory that you can have you can have expiration date may be same. You may not have the strike rate. This condition may not apply. May or might not apply. If you're getting it, that is fine. If you're not getting it, that is fine. So if the strike rate are not same, it may or might not matter. However, this, which is the premium component, should be same. So suppose you have a long call and you have a short put. And take a very simple example. If you have a long call at 80 and you have a short put at 90 and particular stock, I am going example number 1, and the particular stock turned out to be 65. Very simple. A person here, let this worthless, he won't buy it. This would be worthless. Here, a party will force you to come because you have a short, you receive the premium. In this, the party will force you, party will sell to you. So if that turned out to be 65, you would have a loss of minus 25 in the books. This way. Suppose you have a short call. You have a short call at 80 and you have a long put at 90 and rate turned out to be 65. Being a short call, you don't have the right. So somebody would have right. If stock turned out to be 65, it means short call means you have a right. He is having a right to buy. You have an obligation to sell to him. Would he buy from you at 60? No. He would let it worthless. He would let it worthless. In long put, he would have a right to sell to you. If the stock turned out to be 65, the long put is at 90, he would sell to you. It means you have a right to sell. So stock turned out to be 65, you have a right, so that end up 25 rupee of gain. Third, here you have a long stock, you are owning the stock, here you are paying. Assuming you are paying 5 rupee. Suppose you acquired the stock at the rate of 80. The stock cost 8,000, here you paid minus 5. You acquired 100 shares, so this is minus 500. So the net cost, I assume this is 8,500 for you. Now in this, suppose the stock price turned out to be 65. Would you sell? You have a right to sell. Here you sold at 80, here it is at 80. Would you sell at 80? 80, if it is 65, you would sell. You would get a gain of 1,500. Now if you get a gain of 1,500, from where you will buy a stock if that turned out to be 65? The one way you can deliver your own stock which you bought at 80, which obviously you will not deliver because you bought at 80 and you are obviously selling at 80. What you do, you will buy from market at 65 and you will deliver at 80, so you will get a gain of 1,500 rupees. So the net would be 8,000. The net would be the 500 debit which you have because of buy put, 1,500 of gain. Next would be 1,000. Please be note that these three all are trading activities. They are not for corporate treasurers. I am again stressing the fact that in this you would have a long call, you would have a short put. It might not mandatorily important for you to have the same strike rates. Strike rates could differ, but at the same time, if you have a same strike rate, then this is act as a participatory forward contract. Because in a participatory forward contract, both leg of option would have a same strike rate. Now in this, I'm again stressing the long call you would pay, short put you would receive. One thing which would matter that you should have a zero cost structure. Second, it is the short call you would receive, the long put you will pay, so it would be a zero. In this, you would acquire stock. This I would cover again. I would cover it again. Suppose the deal is done at 80. This is the price, and stock goes to 120, and you acquire the stock at 80. Would you sell in the market at 120? Would you sell at 80 if the market is at 120? No, you would let it worthless. Now you would let it worthless. However, you have a debit of -500 in the books. Now you have acquired the stock which is 8,000 rupees. You would deliver the stock in the market. So you would get a gain of 120 minus 80, 40 into 100, which is 4,000 minus 500. So net 3,500 rupees of gain. So these three are the trading strategies. If you take again an example, suppose the stock goes to 30. Would you sell your original stock? No. You will let this worthless. You let this go. You will not let this worthless. You will sell at 80. You will buy from market at 35. You will sell at 80. So in these three are the trading strategies which most of the time traders are using, and they are also known as synthetics. Why this is known as synthetics? Because basically you don't own an underlying. In this you don't own an underlying. However, it is acting all three basically in this you have an underlying. In these two you are acting like that you already own an underlying. At the end, I am again going to stress the fact that synthetics are always for trading activities. This is not allowed in India. So you can create a structure in once you are trading in a stock exchange, and you can mint the money. You're most welcome to contact me at 919899242978. You can email me at rahulmagan8 gmail.com. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.